Ladies and gentlemen, listen, the highlight for me last night after the live eviction show was Mide's moment of realization that she had been played for a fool this entire season. And it's not even a case of someone else playing her for a fool. I mean, in her situation with Imisi and Isabella, it's been her all along playing herself for a fool, being myopic to the realities around her, all because of Herd's mentality. She had been playing herself for a fool. You see that moment of realization, yeah, where it dawned on her that the Imisi that she had been kind of defending by virtue of the relationship between herself, Bright, and Kola, you know, that moment of realization that, oh my goodness, I've been such a fool. Guys, that was a major highlight for me. And also, the fact that Joanna kept on rubbing it in. Rubbing it in. That was a highlight. And the fact that as she was lamenting and lamenting and lamenting, Faith was busy going about his business. He didn't even say, Bim. He didn't even turn around to look at Mide or to even empathize or do nothing. Guys, that was a major, major highlight. Because ladies and gentlemen, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? These housemates forget that there's a competition at play here. And everybody is a player. Nobody is a victim. Nobody is a saint. Everybody is a player. Yeah, and Mide is one of those players who, though very smart, is not very street smart. Yup, not very street smart. She thought that she had clocked Imisi's game. But ladies and gentlemen, she had not. She had not. I mean, in that situation, she ended up getting herself played by her own self. By her own self. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm saying might be sounding really vague to you, but don't worry. I'm going to be dissecting this whole conversation because there's a lot, all right? There's a lot. And aside that, there was also the head of house challenge and biggest punishments to some housemates. So yeah, we're officially in week 8. I don't know if I should even bother to expend my energy calling her big brother again for his shenanigans. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But we'll see about that, okay? Now, aside the head of house challenge, there were other conversations that happened last night. So on this video, I'm going to be spilling it all. I wanted to make it a part 1, part 2 video, but I know I promised you all a video about all the drama that happened in the house yesterday. So there's going to be a second video where I spill the details of all of this drama, all right? But for this particular video, let's just get into all the events beginning from after the live eviction show till the housemates went to sleep, all right? So please make sure you watch this video to the end. Don't skip out on any part. And apologies in advance if this video gets too lengthy. Trust me, you totally do not want to miss out on anything. So do not skip, all right? And you're all specially welcome to my channel. My name is Bbnaija. This is Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija, and I call myself the girl with the T. Without further ado, let's breeze into the rest of the conversation. Beginning with the after eviction drama, ladies and gentlemen, Joanna wasn't particularly shocked that Imisi had things to say about her. Remember, they had a fallout in week 6 when Faith was head of house. Yes, so their beef has been brewing for the longest time. Yes, it's been cooking. You know, they've had several face-offs, yeah, and so they've just been waiting, right, stewing and kind of waiting for their next explosive altercation, which was yet to happen. Imisi had gone outside, you know, she had gone to the garden after the live eviction show. She did not want to engage for reasons best known to her, but Isabella was quite excited about the reactions from the two ladies, that's Mide and Joanna, because for her, that is what she lives for, right? She has always said it that she's on the show, that is what she's there to do, to quarrel, to fight, to do whatever. So she was quite excited because according to her, she was receiving the attention, right? And so she was catwalking around the house, and Mide and Joanna, they were firing at her. Sultana was there, just sat. And guys, you see, here's the thing. It's the way these housemates are playing each other for me. You see the whole body odor rumor, the mouth odor rumor, the dirty hygiene rumor. It was Culture and Sultana that started it. In fact, the whole body distortion rumor, right? Sultana started it. She was the one that started telling Gigi, Jasmine, and Thelma that, okay, who else was there? I think Jason J was there. She was the one that started telling those people that Isabella, instead of her to invest money in her personal hygiene, she spends the money on doing a butt lift. That is why her bum bum has a hunchback. Her bum bum is not coordinated. Hey, God. So, Thelma was literally spilling all of that tea from the kitchen yesterday after the live eviction show. And guess what? Isabella was listening, but she still sat beside Sultana and was, you know, like, whatever, like she doesn't care. So now was just there quiet, watching the whole thing play out. And you see, about Isabella sitting down with Thelma again, ladies and gentlemen, was it not Thursday night after the pool party and then Friday when Kola was confronting Imisi and Isabella about seizing all the kitchen utensils, that Isabella swore on the life of her son that she would never again have a sit-down conversation with Sultana, that she would never again be friends with Sultana. But ladies and gentlemen, the whole of Saturday, the whole of Sunday, Isabella has gone back to Sultana. They are friends again. They are allies again. They are conniving, they are conspiring, they are plotting on how to do this and how to do that. You know, they've just been doing stuff together. And I'm looking at this woman and I'm thinking, girl, you've literally sworn on your son's life, not once, not twice. And the poor boy is at home, not knowing that his mother is using his life as a collateral to wager on rubbish. Like, to literally wager on rubbish. Anyways, who am I in the grand scheme of things to even talk about that? I mean, she's the one that birthed the boy, so whatever. When the show is over, maybe she will carry her son for deliverance to go and remove all the curses and all the nonsense that she has placed on his head. But for me, that was just really fucked up. Really fucked up. And I do not know why Ebuka did not question him about, or rather her, about that during the live eviction show last night, because it was a lot of time. There was a lot of time during the live eviction show. They were just wasting time showing us. I'm sorry, but most of the highlights that they were showing us, most of them were quite irrelevant because there were a lot of questions to ask that Ebuka did not ask, and it was so frustrating. But anyways, away from Isabella, back to Mide. Whilst Joanna was not shocked or even surprised at all, Mide was really disappointed that it was Imisi, who she had been defending all these weeks, that was engaged in that conversation with Isabella. Isabella, who has been beefing her for the past 2 weeks because she had indicated interest in Bright and Bright had rejected her. Mide was so disappointed. Like, the fire for fire from Mide and Joanna to Isabella, guys, it was insane. Mide was calling out Isabella to filth. Now, for Imisi, it was more of disappointment, betrayal. Why? Because according to her, she's been eating this girl's food that this girl has been cooking. In week 1, when it seemed like a lot of people in the house were bullying this girl, she was the person that was telling everybody not to do that. Otherwise, you know, it would look like a bullying situation. The girl is trying to play and it lay by a script, you know, so she was the one that was kind of defending this girl, you know, not wanting anybody to, you know, talk to her or attack her in any way. And aside that, ladies and gentlemen, at least Mide admitted that even in Faith's situation, all the altercations that Imisi has had with Faith, she has always been defending Imisi because she doesn't want it to look like, oh, it's a bullying situation. But now she's realized that she's been played for a fool. And she's so disappointed in herself. And guys, as she was lamenting, what's her name now? Joanna was saying, I told you people, that was the same thing that she was doing to Faith. But people were not looking at it. People were blaming Faith. And Mide was like, that she's so disappointed in herself. Because now she sees it, that she cannot believe that the person that she calls friend, that she eats her food, that the person is literally sitting down with her enemy to say a lot of trashy things about her, to call her hermaphrodite, call her Dracula, call her different names. Because guys, Imisi literally passed all the blame to Isabella, said that it was Isabella that said all of those things, that she never said anything. I say, chai! So Mide was so disappointed in herself. And guys, you see here, I was really happy that she felt that way. Because even yesterday, when that whole drama in the house was happening, which I'm going to give you guys the details on another video, please don't be upset with me. When that whole drama was happening, where Faith was trying to explain himself to the house, Mide was still spinning the narrative. The things that Faith was saying, Mide was twisting it when she was telling it to Bright. Still positioning Faith as the villain in that whole Faith and Imisi situation, and in that whole Faith and the whole house's situation. So it was very glaring yesterday that Mide does not like Faith, and she will do whatever it takes to drive on that narrative that Faith is an instigator, because that was exactly what she was doing yesterday. So last night, when Ebuka exposed the conversation between Imisi and Isabella, she then realized that all what she was doing, especially because she was doing it for Imisi, because of their connection, of having a mutual friend in Kola, that she was just playing herself for a fool. Ladies and gentlemen, it sweets me die. It sweets me die. And see, I was glad about it, not even because Faith is involved, no, but because Mide poses to be very smart, but then she realized last night that she was not street smart. She was not street smart at all, So ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear what you have to say about that, all right? Because later on, Kola was in tears. Kola was crying. So turns out that during the live eviction show, Bright had made a statement that, he was quite disappointed in Kola, that Kola had kissed Isabella, that he's not kind of kumi, or that kind of thing. And Kola was so upset. He felt betrayed because, according to him, it was actually Bright Morgan that encouraged him to kiss Isabella to spite Day. So when Ibuka made that whole statement about, most of the housemates keeping their enemies closer and their friends farther away from them, then started to feel like Bright Morgan was actually an enemy that was closer to him than a friend. So Kola was crying. And guys, speaking about Kola's tears, I'm going to be frank with all of you, it was fake. Yeah, it was fake. When Kola wants to cry, you know when it is real and when it is fake. Yeah. When Kola shed some tears in the diary room, when he was speaking about Sabrina's eviction, or let's say involuntary or voluntary exit, when he cried, you could tell that was real. But you see this one of him crying inside the house, and Imisi consoling him and Zita consoling him. Guys, you just know that was fake. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Zita, guys, did you see the way Kola immediately ran to Zita after the live eviction show? See, from my observation, it all boiled down to the way Ebuka had told Zita to sit down, that she was safe during the live eviction show. The whole house was actually shocked because they were now looking at Zita in a different way. That, wait, hold on a second. This girl is really strong outside. What's going on? She's not really doing much, but she still is in this house. So Kola had ran to her. And then he was talking about how disappointed he was in what's his name? Bright. And then also talking about Imisi, that, the way Imisi keeps on sitting down, it looks like this girl is going to win the show, that kind of thing. So, see, I was watching people's reaction on social media last night when they were saying, oh my God, Kola is crying. Oh my God. I say, people don't know that this guy is a damn good player. This guy is playing a very, very smart game. getting the viewer's emotions where he wants it. But the question is it going to make him win the show? We'll get to find out at the end of the season. Now, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, fast forward to the Head of House challenge. Massive, massive congratulations to Koyin, who has finally won the Head of House challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, after weeks and weeks and weeks of coming close to winning that title, that position, ladies and gentlemen, Koyin finally copped it last night. Guys, I was so excited for him, quite frankly. I was really excited for him because it can be quite frustrating always being second best. I mean, according to some saying that I heard from somewhere, being second best means you are the beginner of the losers team. Yes, I hope I put that right. So I was quite excited for Koyin last night. At least his time has come. But then we're going to find out much later today during the Head of House Challenger if truly this week is his week to gain immunity via the Head of House position. Yes, the question is, will he be able to defend his title? I cannot wait to see how that pans out, because I'm sure that there are a lot of housemates who are going to be fiercely, competing for that title, and it all depends on who his challengers will be. So it depends on if Big Brother will choose by himself or if Big Brother will give him the liberty to go ahead and pick his contenders for himself, just like Big Brother tends to switch sometimes. All right. So once again, massive congratulations to Koyin. I'm super excited for him. And something quite shocking, I thought he was going to choose Isabella as his guest so that they can continue all of their shenanigans. But ladies and gentlemen, that did not happen. He had gone ahead to choose Jason J, and both of them have spent the night together in the Head of House lounge, which is quite interesting because I think for some days now, Jason J has not done his shenanigans with Sultana. Maybe they've been doing it and the cameras are not showing you guys. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But it was quite interesting to see both of them. That's the two leftover wives at 4 a.m. this morning, still out in the garden by the pool area, still gisting like they had not slept at that time. And I'm wondering like, what's going on here? But anyways, once again, congratulations to Koyin. Let him enjoy this moment and hopefully be able to defend his title tomorrow. Now, speaking about Big Brother himself, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make a separate video about this, but I said, nah, I'm not going to waste my energy. All right, so I'm just going to keep it short and simple. I need to understand why Big Brother feels so comfortable punishing certain housemates whilst letting off the hook other housemates. You see, if you had joined our YouTube live conversation on Saturday, this was exactly what I was talking about, and a lot of you also talked about. A lot of you attested to it, that yes, you've watched the show for yourself and you've noticed that this is what Big Brother is doing. Tell me why, after the Head of House challenge, Big Brother was, issuing punishments to certain housemates for violating house rules here and there, very, very interesting punishments, by the ways. And in all of his namings, I did not hear Kola's name. Or maybe Kola will get his punishment after the live nomination process later on this evening. I don't know, but I'm not even going to bank on it because with Big Brother, you cannot put all your trust in Big Brother. Big Brother will fall your hand sometimes. Now, aside Kola, there's also Imisi. Imisi too did not receive a punishment. And why should they receive punishment? Guys, for Kola tends to whisper a lot and it tends to speak in low tones a lot. For the past 7 weeks, that has been the case. We've complained from time to time, but Big Brother has been acting like he's not aware of the situation. There was one time Kola had his diary session and I think he had received the microphone infringement, yes. And Big Brother had asked him, okay, was it? I think he was one that asked the question. And Big Brother had told him that he has the tendency to whisper a lot. So I'm wondering, like, okay, at least Big Brother should be very, very specific about the reason is going to be giving this guy a punishment. Because the microphone infringement punishment he got That was for not using his microphone all the time. Biggie has not addressed the issue of Kola whispering a lot and speaking in very low tones. But when Kola wants to talk with his many accents in the diary room, this guy will literally use a megaphone to be shouting, "Oh, big brother, you know what, big brother?" You will see all his veins, and sometimes you'll be turning red and purple at the same time. But then inside the house, when he's having conversations with his fellow housemates, you literally need to increase the volume of your TV to 100 to hear Kola. And sometimes it's noise you're hearing. You can't really even hear the guy. And sometimes you're literally like this to your TV. You're trying to hear this guy. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I understand that Big Brother does not want to water down the authenticity of the show. The how do I put it now? Is it the organicness? Hey God. The originality, but you get what I mean, right? I get that Big Brother does not want to water that down. He doesn't want to filter it, right? Because normally in real life situation, if you want to talk to your friend, you come like, did you hear that thing? Did you? You come speaking in low tones. But come on, this is a show. If the viewers cannot hear the housemates, then what's the point? Are we going to be watching puppets? What's the point? So when Big Brother was issuing punishments in the arena last night, I was kind of expecting him to mention Kola's name, right? But I'm just going to chill. I'm hoping that after the live nomination process, just like he has done before, that he addresses that again. And if he likes, issue a punishment to the guy. That one is his business, but just address it so that Kola will be more audible and project more. Because I am not a spirit. I cannot enter Kola's head to go and be removing what he wants to say to come and analyze. Please, we need to hear him. And then for Imisi, hey God, where do I even begin? The violations are plenty. Very, very plenty. But the most outstanding one is her constantly communicating using her Yoruba dialect. It's too much. The worst of it all is when fellow housemates call her out for it and they remind her to translate and she refuses to translate. It's like Big Brother gave her assurance that, girl, go crazy, do whatever you want to do, you are protected. You have immunity from anything at all. That should be a punishment. And so she just does whatever she wants. And then it makes you wonder, like, why? Okay, fine, we understand that she is doing Big Brother's work. She's giving her own kind of content. But every other housemate too, they're giving their own kind of content one way or the other. Imisi alone cannot carry the entire Big Brother show. She go tire. That's why it's a collective show. So why is it that so many other housemates have gotten punishment for so many other things, but she's yet to be addressed? Why? Anyways, let's just go ahead and name names of housemates that actually got punishments this week, all right? So beginning with the snail of the week, Isabella is the snail of the week. I cannot wait to see her costume. Can't wait to see her costume. Now, we also have Mensen. Mensen is going to be cleaning the toilet for the week. Joanna is going to be washing plates for the week. Sultana is going to be sitting on the floor for not following Big Brother's instructions, all right? I mean, last week she was supposed to follow Big Brother's instructions, but she did not. So she's going to be sitting on the floor, especially during anytime they have sponsor task in the arena, and also when they are reading briefs in the lounge. Another person is Mensen and Joanna. They will crawl around the couch under the supervision of the head of house. Yes. As I said, I'm waiting to see what Big Brother has to say or do about Kola and Imisi. All right. Now, away from that, fast forward to much later. Yes, conversations that happened much later. Kola had literally gone to regurgitate his entire conversation that he had yesterday with Faith. He had gone to regurgitate it to Imisi, where Faith had said that Imisi had begged for a kiss and he had rejected her request. That Imisi from time to time would touch her boobs around him, all those harassment nonsense that she was doing. And Imisi was swearing that she never did any of those, that she only asked Faith for a kiss to mess with his mind. See, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I can say about that is she's just trying to save face. That's it. She's just trying to save face. So I'll leave it at that. You know, still in their conversation, Imisi was still telling. And, you know, still in that conversation, Imisi was still trying to convince Kola that the whole hiding of the spoons and all the kitchen utensils was Isabella's idea. That it was Isabella that told her to do it. It wasn't her idea. But guys, I still maintain that Imisi is lying. You see, she does all of these things, and then because she knows that Kola will always have her back, she will go and lie to Kola so that Kola will go and spread that lie to the rest of the house, you know, to make her look good to the rest of the housemates. So she was telling Kola that it was actually Isabella's idea. But Kola said, okay, fine. It was our idea, but you did it. She said, yes, this is that. And then she was telling Kola that, oh, I can make them go through hell for you. Like, she can make the whole house go through hell for him. She can do whatever he wants. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a feeling that Kola is going to take her up on her offer. Yep. Because the way I see this relationship, I've told you all several times that Kola knows what he's getting from that relationship. It is his second storyline in that house. And so he's not going to say, oh, because the housemates keep on, you know, probing into his relationship with Imisi, that he's going to abandon her. No, Imisi is a weapon in Kola's arsenal. He's not going to easily do away with her. The show is almost over. This is week 8. So Kola knows that this is crunch time. So he's going to keep her closer more than ever. So I was looking at their conversation last night and I was just shaking my head. I said, nah, this one's, we will see more drama this week. Yeah. And still speaking about drama, Isabella, Sultana, and Imisi, they are back to being a clique. They are doing a lot of conspiracies. They are doing a lot of plottings on things that they're going to do to spice up things this week in the house. I cannot wait to see how that pans out because, ladies and gentlemen, if they pull through with their plans, it's going to be an explosive week 8 in Big Brother's house. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm going to stop talking. I would love to hear your thoughts on all I have shared on this video. Go ahead, let me know, and I'll see you guys on another video soon. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.